So in this scenario, we will look into how OTPC support web forms that you can publish on your National Society's web page. And in this scenario, you will learn how you can create a pre-case with personal data based on a request sent in by a requester using a web form. I will show you how you pick a new incoming case from the queue and how you can assign it to yourself or to a colleague. In the end of the scenario, I will also walk you through the different sections of pre-case, the section for requester, contact person, sought person, and accompanying persons. So first, starting from the dashboard, all new unassigned web forms are found in this section. So once a requester fill out the form on your web page, the request will be pushed into this box. And depending on the service type, the request can be routed to a specific queue, or the setup can also be that if you prefer to have the cases routed to a specific queue based on zip code, for example, you can do that when you deploy the system. So in this example, we see that we have a case. All cases are given a unique ID number. We see the date when it's submitted from the web form. We see the service type. We see the origin. It's done via a contact form, and we see the name of the queue. So this tracing request is in the queue of tracing requests, travel assistance, and attestation. So I start by pressing here to open the case. So in the general section, I can see service type, priority, origin, ID number. Also, I can read the description written by the requester. And the first decision I need to make is, okay, am I the one who should continue to work on this case, or should it be submitted to someone else? You see the owner here, and now the system is the owner. So the first step is that I assign the case to myself. So to assign the case, I find it here and I select assign. And the default setting is me. And in this scenario, I will assign it to me. But you can also pick up a colleague of yours if you want another person to be the owner of the case. So I press assign. So now we will see up here that I'm the owner of the case. It's assigned to me. Okay, so then I go to this section requester, and here I can find some details that has been registered via the web form by the requesting person. So the next step is to search, because not yet a personal record is generated. So we need to double check first if this case has a previous record in Francis or in the OTPC. So by pressing the search icon, a search window will appear. You see that the details from the web form is also copied into the search function. You see the name, you see a phone number. So I press search. And then we have to be patient and wait for the results from, and here it comes. So I need to scroll down, and there is no data available in table, which means that there are 0 matches, so no previous record is identified, which means that I press new person, which means that, okay, so a new personal record will be generated. So now the quick create person form appears, and now I can fulfill this information. Maybe I need to have a contact with the person to be able to fulfill and register the data, or maybe I already have it. So I just go through the fields. First one is gender, and I know this is a male. The nationality is Ethiopia. Here, I also need to set the type of notification, which means how will I have contact with this person. And since I only have a telephone number, but no email, the type of notification will be SMS. Preferred communication language, this is also given by the requester from the form. So the person prefers to communicate in Swedish. We have the address and so on. This should be Sweden here. So I just do it like that. Sweden, now it's correct. Save and close. So what happens now is that a personal record was created, and I'm back at the general view. So first I go and check here under requester. Now we will see that a personal record is created, and the name of the person appears here in green. I still see a short summary of the personal details here, and if I press on the name, person view will appear. Here I have the details of the case that either came from the web form or which I filled out when I was generating the person. And under the address and contact details, I will see address, and here we see the preferred type of notification, and it's set to SMS. And here we see the telephone number. We just at the moment we don't. This is wrong, so we don't pay any attention to that at the moment. We also have more details here if an interpreter is needed, and here's the setting now, and the preferred communication language is set to Swedish. Okay, so I go back to the first section of the personal record, and I press on the pre-case number here to go back to the general view. So what I have done so far is that I picked the incoming request generated by a web form, assign it to myself. I did some searches in Flansys and OTPC to see if there were a previous record, and since it was not, I created a personal record, and now I will change the status because the status of the case is still incoming request, but I know that there will be some work to be done in this case. So I will go to the first evaluation. But before I proceed to that, I just need to enter the nationality once again. This is also a bug in the system, so it should be, I already recorded it, but I need to do it again. So this is the data for the statistics. Now it's there. I press save. And now I go for the first evaluation. So service and the first evaluation, I say I accept the case, which means that we will continue to work on it. The origin is contact web form, Ethiopia, male, adult. And now I press next stage. And now the case enters the stage of data collection and interviews. And we can see how long the case has been active in this phase, and it's less than 1 minute. We also see here that the status of the case has changed. So before we end this scenario, I will just show you the different sections in the case. We have already visited the requester and contact person section. So here in the requester contact person, we find the data about the requester, and if we have a contact person, and if we say yes, we have fields for details about the contact person. But in this scenario, we don't have a contact person. This can be added afterwards as well. We have one section for the beneficiary. This is empty at the moment, and during the phase of collecting information, we will collect data on regarding the sought person. And this can be done in several ways, and we will explain that in another scenario. We have one section for accompanying person or accompanying persons. This is also empty at the moment, but here you can add as many accompanying persons as you wish. So requester and contact person, that's where you find data about the requesting person and the contact person of the requester. We have a section for beneficiary, we have a section for accompanying persons.